a dopamine detox will change your life. And your first ever dopamine detox starts with this video. You see, all of us want to live a great, happy life. But to live a great, happy life, we forget that we don't need to achieve this one big thing. We don't need to become this one important person. What we need to do is to change the texture of our day. As simple as that. We need to make the texture of our daily life experience an enjoyable one. And to do that, you need a dopamine detox. And what you're currently doing in your everyday life is the opposite of a dopamine detox. That is, if you're the average person our age, right? Because what the average person our age is doing is being on their phone for 6 hours a day, scrolling a lot, watching porn, numbing themselves with video games, trying to achieve things in the virtual world, reading about stories instead of living their own. That's what people our age are currently doing. That's what you're probably doing, at least on some level. You're probably scrolling, you're still addicted to your phone. You need to change that. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you what my life currently looks like. Because for the past 3 years, I've been on multiple dopamine detoxes. Currently, I'm on a dopamine detox. So what does my life, daily life, look like? Well, first, I want to say, even though it might sound boring at times, for me, it's really not boring. It's deeply enjoyable because I'm not overstimulated. These little moments, simply picture me walking in the woods and looking at my hand. Just seeing that I'm actually alive. Not really knowing what I actually am and not knowing where I actually am. Just these little moments of awe make life so beautiful and enjoyable. But practically, what do I do? Well, except my cliche morning routine of cold shower, meditation, journaling, which sounds cliche, but trust me, it works. Except that, during the day, I just work on my goals. Now, I've got obligations like you, school, work. Well, what do I do when I'm off of school? Currently, it's summer break, so I work at my job. But what do I do once I'm out of the job? Well, it's simple. I work towards my other goals. I'm gonna give you an example. This one's gonna make me sound a little bit try-hard and crazy, but currently I'm going for a degree in biology. So what I do after I come back from work, sometimes I give myself 30 minutes, 60 minutes to study my future classes. You see, I went online, I saw what my future classes were gonna be, I gave all the info to ChatGPT, and I made my own personal course. Simple like that. That's something I do. I walk forward with purpose in my life. That's one goal. Another one of my goals, which it's more like a priority, it's my most important priority, it's my social life. I'm talking about family, about my lover, about my friends, going on adventures, deepening relationship with people. This should be at the core of your life. This should be your own priority. You see, and to do that, you've got to do things with your friends. You can't sit at your house scrolling. You need to initiate adventures with your friends. What I like doing is I text a bunch of my friends. I say, hey, do you want to go cliff jumping? We've got, little spots here and there, rivers, stuff like that. And we just go on this little adventure. And it's honestly every single time so gratifying. And that's where you create memories that you're going to look back on when you're older, and you're gonna realize just how much of a great life you lived. So far, what do I do? Morning routine, work on my goals, rest. Rest is like, sometimes, I read fiction, sometimes I journal for like an extra long time. Sometimes I just go to bed like earlier than usual because I'm just done with the day. And it's in that feeling of, being proud that you gave everything today, that you work towards all of your goals, that you've got no energy left, and that you can allow yourself to rest, go to bed, and start another great day the day after. That's what my life looks like on my best days. But it's never always like this. Like, you get 2 great days in a row and then you get a bad day, but you step up and your bad day becomes better and better Just how your good day becomes better and better with time, well, your bad day becomes less worse with time, you see? So that's a progress I've been making over the past 3 years. I hope it inspired you to maybe change something with your life and at least to start your own very dopamine detox. And to do that, if you're deeply motivated to change your life, you could replace all of your current bad habits with good one in one day, just like that. It is possible. You can do it. But you need to be so motivated. You need to be so pissed off at your current life to do that. If you're quite comfortable with your current life, like you kind of want to change it, but not that much, right? You kind of enjoy it a little bit. Well, maybe just try to replace one bad habit with one good habit and call it a dopamine detox. Maybe set it so you try it for a month and see how it feels after. But trust me, if you do it for a month, it's gonna stay like that for your whole life. It's gonna become a habit, a good habit. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.